Hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is PJs and Pages, and I'm Danielle, and here we talk about books, bookish things, what's going on in life, and we do it mostly in our PJs. So today we are going to be talking about the new reading blog that I am starting. This is the reading blog. It is AAPI Heritage Month in America. The month of May is always AAPI Heritage Month, and that stands for American, Asian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So basically, we just honor American Asians and their contributions to our society. And the way that I plan on doing that is by reading a bunch of Asian American authors. So let's get into the TBR. I've got a stack of books here and also a Kindle book that I'm going to be reading. I'm going to start with the first book I'm going to start with, which is Babel. This is one that I have talked about on this channel before, but for those who don't know, this is a dark academia fantasy. Is it fantasy or magical realism? It's fantasy. Dark academia fantasy that takes place in like this alternate London where they are capable of using language on silver bars to make magic. And we follow this young boy, Robin Swift, who is orphaned and taken in by this professor at Oxford who basically prepares him for an academic career at Oxford, where he will learn the art of imbuing magic on silver bars, because he has an affinity for languages. And it really delves into issues of racism, colonialism, I don't know what else yet because I'm not there yet, but I have read a little bit of it, and so far I was really enjoying it. I put it down for some other books and projects that I had going on, but I'm ready to pick it back up again and finish this. This is by R F Kuang, who is a highly successful Asian American author, and I am excited to start reading her books. So that is Babel by R F Kuang. Also on this list, I have The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. Now, this is something that I'm not sure I'm going to love, but I still want to pick it up because I have it on my shelf because I picked it up at one point thinking that I would love it. I have found that I have a hard time with YA contemporary romances. I'm just not there in my life anymore, but it sounds really cute. I have watched the show. So I have hopes that I will enjoy this and that it'll be at least a quick palate cleanser, especially after Babel. So this is about Belly, who leaves her school life behind and escapes to Cousins Beach in the summer. And she has spent every summer of her life there with this other family that she's grown up with, and they have two boys named Conrad and Jeremiah. So their mothers are best friends, and they've basically been raising these kids all together in the summers. And this year she is hoping that it will be different because she has a crush on, which one does she have a crush on? I can't remember. Conrad. So she's got a crush on Conrad. And basically she garners the attention of like 3 different boys this summer from the show. That's what I gathered, and you just kind of follow the messy summer that is happening there. So I did really enjoy I only watched 1 season of the show, but I did really enjoy it. I plan on continuing watching the show, but we will see if I enjoy the books as much as I enjoyed the show. Then I plan on picking up Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. I don't know how to say that last name. If somebody knows how to say it, please let me know in the comments below because I really want to know how to pronounce that. So this one is about a Chinese American family living in the 1970s in a small town in Ohio. The daughter one day is found in a local lake, and the their family just kind of unravels from there. And it is a gripping page-turner and sensitive family portrait uncovering the ways in which mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, and husbands and wives struggle all their lives to understand one another. I really, really liked Little Fires Everywhere, which was written by the same author. I have not watched the show yet, but it's on my to-do list. But the book was really good. I really connected with it. So I really want to read her backlist of, or not her backlist, the rest of her books. I think she's got 2 or 3 more other ones. And I have actually had this on my shelf for 3 years, and it's so short, so short. There's no reason it should still be on there. So for AAPI month, we are knocking it out. We are gonna read it, we're gonna enjoy it, and we are gonna get it off of that TBR shelf. And finally, on my Kindle, so I'm going to be picking up The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie. This is a retelling of a classic Korean folktale, the tale of Shim Cheong. And essentially what happens is that in this world, there is this sea god, and the people have to sacrifice a lovely maiden every year to the sea god, and the year that they choose Shim Cheong, she's the most beautiful girl in the village, and our main character, Mina, her brother is absolutely in love with this girl. And so on the night that Cheong is to be sacrificed, June follows Cheong out to sea, and to save her brother, Mina throws herself into the water in Cheong's stead. So she sacrifices herself instead, and she is swept away to the spirit realm, a magical city of lesser gods and mythical beasts. Mina seeks out the sea god only to find him caught in an enchanted sleep. With the help of a mysterious young man named Shin, as well as a motley crew of demons, gods, and spirits, Mina sets out to wake the sea god and bring an end to the killer storms once and for all. But she doesn't have much time. A human cannot live long in the land of spirits, and there are those who would do anything to keep the sea god from waking. So that is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I think I'm really excited about it. I like fairy tale retellings, and I don't know that I've ever read a Korean fairy tale retelling. I don't know that I know very many Korean fairy tales either. So it'll be really fun to experience that. And that is my TBR for this reading vlog. Yeah, I'm excited to take you on this journey with me. As far as what's going on this week, we have quite a bit going on. So this is an ambitious TBR because Babel is thick. But we're gonna try and do it. We're gonna make it happen because we can do hard things, people. That is what I tell my son all the time. But it's true for me too. I can do hard things. So we are gonna try this, and yeah. Come with me, enjoy, and I will see you in our next update. Good morning. It is update time. Yesterday I got very little reading done. I did start The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I managed to get like a couple pages in before I was like done. I was so tired. Yesterday I went to the gym and it just poops me out, man. So I did get a little bit of reading done in the car while my son napped from Babel. And yeah, continuing to enjoy that book. It is really good writing, and hopefully today I get some more reading in, but honestly, it's another really busy day. We've got a meeting in the morning for Friends of the Library. We've got to go pick up some books for the preschool that I'm starting that I got on a super, super deal from someone who's selling her books. And yeah, maybe my son will fall asleep again and give me a good like hour to read. That would be so lovely. That would be so nice. Good afternoon. It has been a long while since I've updated you, but to be perfectly honest, it's been a long while since I actually read. I finally got a good amount of reading in yesterday, or the day before yesterday and yesterday actually. And as you know, I have been reading Babel, but if you take a look outside, we are in peak summer weather. It is hot, my friends. We are at 90 degrees here in South Carolina, and Babel is unfortunately not a hot summer book. Like, it is definitely, I would say, a fall weather or winter weather book. It takes place in Oxford when it's drizzly during like the school year, when it's drizzly and gray and cool, and I'm just not feeling Babel. Like, I'm enjoying what I'm reading, but it just doesn't feel like the right time to be reading this book. So I think I am going to put it down for now, and I am going to pick up something that is peak summer vibes. I'm going to pick up The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This one, if you remember, follows Belly, leaves her school life behind and escapes to Cousin's Beach every summer. Not only does the beach house mean home away from home, but her favorite people are there: Susanna, her mother's best friends, and her sons, Conrad and Jeremiah. Belly has been chasing Conrad for as long as she can remember, and more than anything, she hopes this summer will be different. Despite distractions from a new guy named Cam and lingering looks from Conrad's brother Jeremiah, Belly's heart belongs to Conrad. Will he offer his to her? Will this be the summer that changes everything? So, it sounds like messy teenage drama. I have seen the first season, which I think follows this book.
Put it back together.
Okay, I will put it back together. Give Mommy 1 minute, okay? So I'm going to start reading this one while we play outside. I might stick my feet in the pool because it's that hot. I might sit in the pool, actually. Might just sit in the pool. And I will update you when I have started it. So, I've already highlighted a couple of things. It feels like nothing else exists outside of that word, this moment. There's just us. Everything that happened this past summer and every summer before it has all led up to this, to now. And just because I've watched the show, I'm curious to see in this one where it ends up, because if I remember in the show, it takes love triangle to a whole other level. It's like a love parallelogram, and it gets real interesting and messy, but I also really liked this quote. It was like coming home after you'd been gone a long, long time. It held a million promises of summer and of what just might be. And I remember that feeling as a kid. My aunt and uncle used to take us every year to the beach, and we had this one place that we would camp at, and I looked forward to it every year. Actually, I think we would go twice a year. So we definitely would go for 4th of July though, and it was just,
No,
I have so many good memories.
that doesn't go.
I have so many good memories there, and I'm really, it's the exact feeling that I'm hoping to create for my son, and for our family. So already giving good vibes. It may end up being immature, but I think it's going to be a quick, easy breezy read. All right, I am 50 pages into The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, and I am really enjoying it so far. It is exactly what I thought it would be, lighthearted, fluffy. I was expecting Belly to be a little bit more immature, and honestly, we're not that far into it. I feel like she could be. She seems like a goody two-shoes, which kind of annoys me a little bit, if we're being perfectly honest. Like, she's constantly telling people to stop smoking. Like, mind your business, girl. It's not your business. But either way, like, I get where she's coming from and wanting to be one of the boys. I was the only girl in the cousin group of my age group, so I totally get that. And other than that, there hasn't been too much. I do like the way it flip-flops between past and present summers. I think that's pretty cool. I do like a dual timeline, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I took a break. I made some strawberry ice cream. I've been making jam, and I had a batch of jam that didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. So I'm using that batch of jam to make strawberry ice cream, and it turned out delicious. I'm very proud of myself right now. And yeah, I still have one more batch of jam to go. That'll have to happen tomorrow, though, I think, or day after. We'll see. But yeah, that's where we're at. I am now cooking dinner, and then I'm going to clean up and get my son to bed, and then hopefully he goes down and I can read some more of this, because if I could get 100 pages in, man, we'll be done with this book so fast. So fast. 276 pages. We'll be done with this book in like 2 or 3 days. So definitely want to get some more reading in and kind of just finish this book. I just want it to be like a quick palate cleanser. I don't want to take too long on it. And based on the writing, I don't think it's going to. Also, like, I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to open to a random page. Don't read. But look how huge those margins are. And like, there's so much space between the lines. Man, YA, I always forget how like nice and spaced out. I get used to reading like adult fantasy, and it's these teeny tiny letters, teeny tiny close together. And this is so nice and refreshing, honestly. Good morning. It has been a while since I posted. It has also been a while, well, it had been a while since I read. Yesterday, I finally picked up this book. I finally had some time, and I actually made it a little more than halfway through. So I'm hoping that today I can finish this book, because I really want to pick up Everything I Never Told You before the month is up. So, and I'm not going to be able to finish it if I don't finish this one today, basically. So I do want to try and get this one done today. I just finished uploading a new video to YouTube, my summer TBR. So if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and check it out. I talk about the overly ambitious TBR that I have created for myself this summer. And, you know, I really want to read this book, but also, I don't know if you can tell, that is the pile of laundry that I need to get to. So I think that I'm going to be an adult, fold some laundry, and then I will read my book. But just an update on this. Unfortunately, it is as I suspected. I'm finding Belly to be kind of an obnoxious character. She's very immature. She's a little annoying. She's a bit of a goody two-shoes. And yeah, like, she does this thing where she tattles on the boys and her brother a lot. And like, I can't get behind that. Like, it's very immature and it's very annoying. And like, she uses that as a way to get her way, and I just like, it's not for me. But I am gonna finish this. You know, she's met another character at this point, and there's kind of like a love square happening. I don't know. Like, I think I remember what happened based off of the show. If the shows are following the book pretty closely, then I know kind of what's gonna happen. But yeah, even this new character that she's like with, I don't like him. In the show, I really liked him. I was like rooting for him. But in this book, I'm like, yeah, no. In fact, the only one I like in this book right now is Jeremiah. I think he's the only redeemable character. Steven's an asshole, her brother, and Conrad, like, I don't get why she's so obsessed with him. He's not that cool. Their moms are kind of interesting. I guess Susanna is okay. That would be the boys' mom. And their mom, Laurel, she's just kind of like, I think right now it's that Belly doesn't understand her, and doesn't understand her motivations. I think that she's probably fine. But also, like, she's not really making an attempt to be like, these moms are not really interacting with their kids very much this summer. I mean, I guess they're older, but still. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to go clean, and then I am going to go ahead and finish reading this book. Good morning. It is now Wednesday, and this little reading challenge of mine, I wanted it to end by Friday, and I'm still about halfway through this summer. I turned pretty. I hate to DNF another book in a vlog, but real life people, like, this book just isn't doing it for me. I find myself not wanting to pick it up. Like, I'd rather be doing other things. I'd rather be cleaning. Or maybe it's that I have other things that I need to be doing, and it's not sucking me in enough to distract me from that, which isn't a bad thing because I got to get things done. But I don't know. I think it's also that I just don't love YA contemporary anymore. Maybe I'm just too old for it. The characters annoy me. The plot annoys me. It's interesting, I guess, for a high schooler, this would be really fun. If I was in high school, I probably would have enjoyed this. But it's just, I don't think it's for me. And I think I'm gonna put it down. Oh, I hate to say that. That's 2 books I would have, like, DNF'd. But it's just not, it's not doing it for me. Belly is really annoying. And I just, I don't even know if I want to continue watching this show after reading this book. Like, that's how bad it is. So I'm gonna sit on my thoughts this morning, maybe read another chapter or 2, and then I'm gonna kind of come to a decision about it. But I'm leaning more towards DNFing this one and just putting it in a free little library. Okay, I am about 50 pages into Everything I Never Told You by Celeste. I don't know. I can't settle on how you say that. But anyway, my husband took my son for a little bit, and I actually have been cleaning. It doesn't look like it, but I swear I've made progress. See that? There is counter space that you can see. That was completely full before. So when he says that I didn't clean, it's a lie. I did clean. It just was really bad to start with. So anywho, I probably will not get to read much more of Everything I Never Told You because I still have to shower and get my son ready for bed. He did nap in the car. As you could see, I was reading in the car while he was napping. And yeah, I'm just going to continue to catch up on my YouTube videos and I guess finish cleaning up a little bit before my shower, and then it's going to be close to bedtime. So I'm hoping that I will get to read a little bit of The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea tonight because it's been a while since I picked it up and I'd like to pick it up again. Good morning. So update, last night I actually ended up looking at my books and deciding that I want to actually finish a book on this vlog because I'm going to end it here in tomorrow. So what I actually did was I picked up Everything I Never Told You at my library through Libby, and I started reading it on my Kindle also so that I could start making some real headway. So I actually got to page 100. The chapters are really long in this book. Not a bad thing, but each chapter takes like half an hour to read, no lie. So I'm on chapter 5 of like 12 or 13, and I'm really enjoying this story. It's not even just that I want to get through one book, it's that like I'm having a hard time putting this book down. The story is very compelling, the characters are very interesting. So we're following the whole family. You kind of get snippets into their lives. And at first it was confusing because they switch from like one perspective to the other mid-paragraph not mid-paragraph, but like mid-chapter. And it's not like first-person perspective. So you don't get like a little thing that says, oh, it's James's turn. Oh, it's Marilyn's turn. No, it just like jumps into their perspective. And basically, so Lydia turns up dead, and you start going back in time and seeing how James and Marilyn met, and there's this whole mystery about her mom and why her mom is the way that she is, why her dad is the way that he is. You get to see what their relationship with their son and their daughter is like, which, by the way, I'm like, not that they're horrible parents, because it is hard to be a parent, and I am not a parent of more than one child, so I have no right to say anything. But damn, like, your poor third child who seems like kind of neglected, not neglected, but like not paid attention to the same way and given the same kind of love and affection that Lydia was given. And then you've got Nath, her older brother, who kind of disappointed their dad in some way when he was a kid, and he's just basically trying so hard to make his parents proud and be the son that they want him to be, and not ever quite getting there. You know what I mean? Like, just be proud of your kids. Just be happy they're alive. Like, they don't have to go to Harvard. They don't have to have a million friends. Just be happy that they're where they are. So it's kind of upsetting to read, but it's also very realistic, I think, especially for certain cultures where that kind of pressure is put on their kids. So I think it's really interesting to read about. I am on page 102. I'm going to continue reading, hopefully make it at least another 100 pages into this book today, so that way tomorrow I only have another 100 pages to go and I can finish it. So that is where I'm at. And what are we doing today? We've got the gym. We're going to the gym. And then after the gym, we're going to a play date at my friend's house before nap time. Hopefully, I don't get caught up talking to my besties and like actually leave. That happened the other day. I just kind of like, whoop, he doesn't need a nap. And then he just fell asleep super late in the car, and I got nothing done that day. So hopefully that's not how today goes. But I'm not making any promises because I really enjoy hanging out with my friends. So we'll see how that goes. And if he's having a good time, I'm not going to stop him either mid good time. So we're gonna try to get back after nap time, and then I can clean the house and read. Good morning. We had a great day yesterday, and I actually did manage to read to page 158. of Everything I Never Told You, and this book is almost 300 pages long, not quite 300 pages if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 292. So I'm about halfway through, but today is the last day of May. And I just don't see myself, not because I'm not loving it, I'm absolutely loving this, but I just don't see myself having enough time today to finish this book in time for May, which makes me so sad because I would have loved to have added it to my books that I finished. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. But I am going to finish it, and I will update you probably tomorrow. I will finish it and update you guys about my thoughts, my final thoughts on it. Today I'm hosting a play date at my house all day long. I just kind of like told people, hey, come after 10, leave before 5, and call it good, you know? I set up the pool and the water table. We brought the swing set outside, and we've got the sandbox, so the little ones are just gonna have a ball while the moms kind of sit in the shade and chit chat, which should be nice. But it also means that I probably won't get very much reading done today. Maybe 50 pages, maybe. I might be able to get 50 pages in before people come, but I kind of need to clean my bathroom and maybe like clear some more space on my, what is that called? My island. It's mostly cleared off, but there's still a little bit of clutter on there, so I'd like to clear it off a little bit more. So yeah, that is where we are at. I am really enjoying this. As a parent, some of the decisions and actions of the parents in this book infuriate me a little bit. It's old school. Like, I have to keep reminding myself that this is the 70s, and parenting in the 70s was very different than it is now. So I keep reminding myself of this, and I keep trying to have compassion for the parents. But man, they're making some choices that just like are the reason why millennials are parenting the way that they're parenting. So let's just put it that way. Yeah, so that is where we are at right now, and I will update you later today. Good morning. I actually did it. I finished Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. Last night. I finished it. I had gotten it on my through my library on Libby, so that way I could read at night. And I had insomnia, and I just read, and I finished it. It was really, really good. I'm not gonna say it's a 5-star read. I don't know that it's gonna stick with me, but forever. But it definitely was impactful. I had a lot of feelings while reading it, and yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot. But it is sad, like really sad. So that is Everything I Never Told You. I'm going to go through all of the books that I read on this vlog and kind of give you my final ratings on them. So the first one I tried to get through was Babel by R F Kuang, and this one is a soft DNF because I really do want to finish it. I actually have it on my Kindle, and I might try reading it on my Kindle and finishing it next month. Maybe at night it won't be so bad, but trying to read this during a bright, beautiful, hot summer day just was not doing it for me. So I soft DNF this for a different season basically, and I plan to get back to it. If not at night time on my Kindle, then maybe in the fall when it cools off and it's a little rainy and drizzly. That sounds like a good time for an Oxford book. So the next book that I tried to read was The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This one is a YA contemporary that follows Belly, and I just really do not like YA contemporary romance, YA contemporary. I'm just not there in my life anymore. I can do YA fantasy sometimes, but YA is just really not hitting the way that it used to, and Belly really, really annoyed me. I did go back to look at reviews of this just because I was curious if it was just like a me problem, but apparently I'm not the only one that has this problem with Belly. She is just really obnoxious and like ungrateful and just, yeah, no, I have major issues with her. So, and also with the boys, they weren't that thrilled with them either. So maybe it's not just me, maybe it is this book. If you like this book, I'm so happy for you. This was not for me at all. I would probably give it like Babel. I'm not gonna give a star rating for you yet because I haven't finished, but this one is probably maybe a 2 stars, since I think that there's people out there that would like this, but it's definitely not me. So 2 stars. I DNF'd it about like, how far did I get into it? I got pretty far. A little more than halfway through, I DNF'd it. So I gave it a really good chance. And then finally, Everything I Never Told You. I am giving this one 4.5 stars. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed the family dynamics. Getting to know the characters so deeply. I liked that it was in third person omniscient, and we got to be in the heads of all the different family members as this mystery unfolds, because it, you know, you find out at the beginning that Lydia dies, but you don't know why she dies or how she dies. And basically it gives you snippets back into the past leading up to the moment where her death occurs and how it happens and why it happens. So there's an element of mystery to it as well, which I really, really enjoyed. It was sad, and the parents made me mad. I feel like a Dr. Seuss person right now, but it was like a thing. This takes place in the 1970s, and parenting back then, very, very different. Yeah, the parents made me angry, like why you would do things the way you did to your children. Also just, I don't want to give anything away because I think it's integral to the character development in the story, but yeah, the parents made me angry. The choices that they made, the decisions that took place, the way that they chose to raise their children, the way they treated individual children, just really made me very upset. And then Lydia. I feel like Lydia, is she the main character? I don't know. That I feel like the family as a unit was a main character, which was really interesting because usually it focuses on one person, but this time it really focused on each individual person. The inciting event is Lydia's death, but even Lydia's death is not about Lydia. It's about what caused Lydia, what in her family life caused her to be dead. How did she end up that way? Because how did they let that happen, kind of thing. So very interesting. But Lydia was the only member of the family that I found to be a little insufferable, but also I completely understood where she was coming from. I was sympathetic to why she was the way that she was. Mom and Dad just made me mad. Nathan, I felt so bad for him. And Hannah, poor Hannah. So, yeah, I think it's a really interesting read. I think it's definitely worth reading. I'd consider it probably historical literary fiction. I don't know what they have it placed under, but it's really good. If you're interested in stories that talk about racism, this one. If you're interested in stories that are about family dynamics, this one. If you're interested in character studies, this one. If you're interested in Chinese culture, or Chinese American culture really, this one. If you're interested in biracial relationships and the effects of them, this one. I mean, there's lots of really good stuff in here for sure. I highly recommend it. And that is the stack for this vlog. So unfortunately, I think it was a miss this time. I got basically 2 DNFs, one true DNF and another soft DNF. And oh, I didn't even talk about The Girl Who Fell Under the Sea. I haven't finished it yet, but I do plan on finishing it. I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it either. I think it's just okay. Okay enough to finish. If it's not a standalone, I don't plan on reading the second book. But if it's a standalone, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it, and it'll have just been an okay book. I won't have hated that I read it. I just won't have loved it either. So that is the status of the books that I read, and thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, please leave a emoji of a swimmer in the comments below to let me know you got here. And if you read any of these books and you have some comments about my opinions on them or something on that matter, go ahead and leave them. Even if it's a different opinion than mine, I am totally open to discussing it, and I'm so glad that we have different opinions about books, because that's what makes it so exciting. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!